Hey there everybody, welcome to my movie vlog. My name's John Campea. This is my quick review of the brand new Netflix series, the remake of Lost in Space. The basic premise of Lost in Space is this. After a mysterious large meteorite strikes the Earth, releasing a whole bunch of particles up into the air that basically darkens out the sky, humanity realizes that their long-term prospects for survival on the planet are not very good. So plans are put together to create a brand new colony on a distant inhabitable planet, and many families from Earth are chosen to go and be colonists. One such family are our heroes, the Robinsons. However, en route to this new inhabitable world, the Robinsons and a bunch of other colonists get their ship thrown off course, and they end up crash landing on this unknown planet, and they don't know where they are. Get it? They're lost in space, see? And then while exploring this new planet, young Will Robinson stumbles across an alien robot that he befriends, but this robot has a secret and mysterious past, just like, any good dramatic character. My basic feeling on this show is this. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good show that touches on some really cool ideas and neat dramatic tools that they could have invested in. However, the problem is I feel like the show just basically scratched the surface of what its overall potential was. Okay, let me talk about some of the things that I really liked about this show. And you got to start with the cast. The cast and this family in particular, the Robinsons, make this show worth watching. And of course, the cast is led by Molly Parker. She's of course the mother of the family Robinson, and she's also a brilliant scientist and engineer, one of the people responsible for being able to make space flight to this new world possible. You'll of course remember Molly from Deadwood. She was incredible in that, and House of Cards. I loved her in House of Cards. And also really standing out in this are the Robinson children, starting off with Taylor Russell, a good Canadian girl. And of course, Taylor plays Judy Robinson, who's studying to become a doctor. You've got the young boy, Will Robinson, played by Maxwell Jenkins, who really does deliver. You believe in the sweet innocence of this kid, but also in the intelligence of the kid as well. And the one that really impressed me was the middle child, was Mina Sunwall. She plays Penny Robinson. She had this great authenticity, a little bit of snark, but a really good, I really loved everything with her in the show. They even gave her a great little love interest that was actually, you'd think would be sickening, but it was actually really kind of endearing. The other thing that really carries the show is just the basic premise of it. You've got a little bit of a Lost feel, not Lost in Space, but Lost feel to it as well. You've got the Robinson family and a bunch of other colonists all stranded on this world, and you get what comes with that, fighting for survival, fighting to get rescues, all types of stuff in there. You got the mystery of the robot and just the general premise of how the hell are they going to get out of this. But while the performances are really good and their central characters are actually pretty well put together, and the fact that they had a great premise and some really neat dramatic ideas throughout, Lost in Space suffers from, as I said at the beginning, not going very deep into those things that they explore, not really investigating into these initial ideas that they introduce us as an audience to. Like I said, it basically feels like they're just scratching the surface of their potential. Here's an example of that. So they utilize a narrative tool of using flashbacks to kind of tell the story, right? So they're telling the story here and now. What happens? The whole show starts with them crashing on this planet. And then as you go throughout the episodes, every once in a while, they do a little flashback to when they were still on Earth and the events that led them to becoming colonists in the first place. However, these flashbacks, which we've seen other shows use really deeply, they're used to convey like the simplest little piece of information and not really delved into very much. But ultimately for me, one of the weakest things about this show that really keeps it from being as good as it can be was the Dr. Smith character, played very well by Parker Posey. And I love me some Parker Posey, but the thing about her character is this. She doesn't feel like she belongs in this movie. Like the tone of this character is so out of pace with everything else that's going on in the show. I remember the specific moment that it really hit me. It was around episode 3 or 4 or something like that. I'm watching and I realized that's what it is her character feels like a spoofy, ridiculous character out of a Will Ferrell comedy. That's exactly what she came across to me as. Whereas none of the rest of the show feels anything remotely like that. It also makes the show feel kind of bumpy and disjointed when she's in there, because unlike everything else in the show, which has a consistent tone, she's just like out of the wrong movie. And while the robot is pretty cool and looks pretty cool, and they do some very fun little things with the robot, especially the relationship between Will Robinson and the robot, they actually do a pretty good job with some of those things. However, that's all undermined a little bit by the fact that they didn't seem to have any sense of logic with this robot. Like the showrunners didn't seem to have any kind of a Bible as to what is logical for this machine to do. And therefore, understanding its motivations and what makes it do this and what made it do that, and then ultimately in the final episode, what made it do the thing it does in the final episode, which I won't reveal here, made absolutely no sense whatsoever. So look, bottom line for me, Lost in Space is a pretty good show with a terrific cast, some well-developed, really good central core characters that I like a lot, this Robinson family. However, the show suffers from only scratching the surface of its narrative potential, about misusing some narrative tools like their flashback sequences, a really not very good antagonist at the end of the day, and completely lacking any logic with the robot, which kind of pulls you out now and again. The show is worth watching, and it definitely has some potential and promise moving forward. I just feel like they've got some hurdles they got to get over to improve for a season 2 if they get a season 2. So yeah, I'd say watch it, just don't get your expectations too high. Anyway, the important thing here is, guys, what did you think about Lost in Space? Have you had a chance to watch it yet? If so, jump down to the comments section and leave me your thoughts. Listen, guys, while you're here, take a second, click on that subscribe button and click that little notification button while you're at it. Make sure you follow me on social media, simply at John Campea. That'll do it for me for now, guys. My name's John Campea. Thanks for visiting my movie vlog, and until my next video, bye-bye.